extra hierher gereist sind zur Deutschlandpremiere, begrüßen. Wir starten mit dem Regisseur Bill Condon. Und hier kommt der Produzent Wyck, Godyfrey. Und ich kann mir vorstellen, auf diese beiden Herren haben viele von Ihnen gewartet. Hier sind die Darsteller, der schönste Vampir, der bestgebaute Werwolf der Welt. Herzlich willkommen, Lautner und Robert Pattinson. Welcome to Berlin. Great to have you here. It's quite cold, so please dress up warmly for tonight for the premiere. The first question would be directed to Wyck, Rob, and Taylor. 5 movies in 3 years and 3 months. So the journey sort of ends now. How does it feel, Wyck?
I think it feels great. I mean, it's not one of those things where you feel, thank God it's over, but you just feel a sense of completion, and it's a nice feeling.
What about you, Rob and Taylor?
I think it's a really bittersweet feeling. It's exciting, especially because we're so proud of these last 2 movies that we do just want to release them and have the world see them. But at the same time, it is a bummer because for me, it's been such a huge part of my life, and it was tough to say goodbye to.
So I think they're honest.
There's just nothing left to say.
No, I mean, it was definitely a nice movie to end on. I mean, for doing an 8-month average of 8 months, to have Bill not go completely crazy with us and stay good natured and good human about it. It was definitely a nice ending. And also, we got to shoot the one scene in the entire series, which is actually the whole place, which is really nice. That's what the sequel is going to be. Bill and Edward in the Caribbean, and they have 6 more kids.
Bill, so the last 2 movies back to back, and you've been asked twice before to direct one of the Twilight movies. Why did you say yes to this one?
Actually, that's not true. I've been just, they sort of sent out feelers.
Okay.
But this was the time it was written, and I read the book, and it was, first of all, I felt like, you get to do, it's kind of cheating, you get to do the 3rd act, everything else is leading up to this, and this is where it finally happened. And it was so crazy, like, the things that happened. I was kind of like, wow, I don't think you can film that, and I started to think about it, and I thought, well, there's a way to do this and that and everything. So it felt like one of the more challenging things I've read.
Thank you. Questions from the floor, please. Gentlemen over there in the 3rd row. Yes.
Okay, in terms of where it ends, I think it's I don't want to give away for that. I know we're not going to open for a week here, but it does end in a part where you really complete the first story. It is its own movie, but it sort of leaves you wondering, God, what's going to happen next? But yeah, it had to be 2 movies. I think, Wyck will talk about their discussion before I even got there, but certainly for me, I've been putting together movie 2 now, trying to get it under 2 hours. There's a lot that happens here, and it would have been just way too rushed to try to cram it all into.
What we've always found with all of the books and turning them into the movies is that the fans always want more. They always, everything you cut, you get, lambasted for. So this is the longest book. It was very clear early on that we couldn't fit everything into one movie. So Stephanie and Melissa Rosenberg, the screenwriter, worked together to really kind of come up with an idea of how to separate the 2.
Thank you. Fragen? That was a still schüchtern. They're very shy, the Germans. All the way in the back, the lady on the right-hand side.
Hello, welcome to Berlin. I'm Franzi from radio station Energy. So I'm very excited because we have the director from Dreamgirls here. So my question is, have you caught them both maybe when they steal something from the set? One day maybe wake up or I don't know, tattoos or...
I have Michael Sheen's head at my house. I still did you still?
You guys back to this fake tan.
Did you notice this? Well, they did. Michael Sheen's.
Oh, you actually have his head?
Yes.
That's cool.
I don't have anything, no. I would like my dirt bike. That would be cool, right? No.
Wyck, as the producer, how difficult was it actually, you know, if you look at the content of the book, it's, I mean, there are a couple of things that are quite drastic in comparison to the other books. How important was it for you to, the main sequences, like the wedding of a century, and especially the birth-giving scene, to tame it and to produce it in the right way that the fans wouldn't be offended and would love it?
Well, as a producer, you're lucky because you hand it off to the director, and he helps conceive those scenes and brings them to the screen. So we knew that we had to deliver on the birth scene in a way that was exciting and horrific and emotional, and that was a challenge. And Bill came up with, I think he should speak to it really, the concept of how to do it. And the sex scene, you know, Rob planned, so he decided how far he would go with it.
Okay, so first Bill, and then Bill about the birth scene, and then Rob about the sex scene.
The birth scene is, as you know, if you've read the book, it's just incredibly intense and very graphic. And I said early on, the way to tell it was we sort of just created one rule. We'd only see what Bella could see. Bella's lying there. She's been drugged. She is in and out of consciousness. So we cover all the events in the book, and we hear everything that happens in the book, but we see only glimpses of it. And I actually think that sometimes can make things more powerful because your imagination is filling in the blanks. And the sex?
The sex, I mean, I had to put on, because it's PG-13, I had to put on this like male phone, and as soon as you put that thing on, you just get into it, you just go straight to the character. I really felt really at home. It just kind of drove me a little bit crazy, and I just said to Bill, like, just keep rolling. You're going to capture every moment.
The lady all the way in the back with the glasses.
Hello, my name is Frau Groß from Radio Berlin. Welcome to Berlin. So there are fans outside waiting for you at Potsdamer Platz since yesterday, 10 o'clock at night. It's freezing cold. I mean, you kind of get used to this process of these movies that your fans appreciate you so much, they love you so much. But how do you feel about it? Still there, and they're not teenagers, they're in their 20s.
So it gets more and more frightening every year. No, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it started off, I don't know why, I just decided to take the initiative. It's like, I think when we did the first movie, no one, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, like, no one had any idea that it was even going to be vaguely getting the reception that it got. I think at the 2008 Comic-Con in San Diego, it certainly became apparent. But I mean, even then, it seemed like, you know, maybe these are the only 6,000 fans of Twilight in the world, and maybe these ones are crazy, but it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And everyone reacts exactly the same. I noticed one thing, like in Japan, the first time we went, everyone was very, very quiet, and it was kind of confusing, and it was the only country that everyone was screaming, and now we go back there, and like, even the Japanese distributors are saying, like, this is not even really how kind of fans of movies react. This is very, very strange in Japanese culture for people to be screaming. Like, it's like, oh really, it's exactly the same as the rest of the world. It's kind of interesting.
What about you, Taylor?
surprised they're still here, because every time we see it, it does get bigger and bigger, and the fans do become more passionate. But then I tell myself there's no way that they're going to be around next year for the next movie, and sure enough they are. So no, it's amazing to be back here promoting movie number 4.